welcome back to the Laker family, where the Lakers dropped a disappointing one to the Phoenix Suns. They lose 114 to 104 in a game that I felt like was gift wrapped for us, especially there in the third quarter when Devin Booker got ejected with the two technical foul calls. I, honestly, I feel like the refs were getting a little bit annoyed with a lot of the chirping that was going on between both teams, and it could kind of be looked at as some of those technical foul calls were a little bit iffy, but the game was becoming to a point where it was about to get out of hand with all the chirping on both sides, and the referees felt like they had to do something to calm that down. And I think the way that Devin Booker just shoved the basketball at the ref kind of warranted that. But I mean, you can look at it from either side of the spectrum. But either way, I felt like that should have swung the pendulum in our favor, and it didn't. Um, we didn't take advantage of it. I thought the Lakers were gonna smell blood in the water and just run away with this game, but they didn't. I felt like Frank Vogel was outcoached this game. Uh, when every time the Suns elected to go big, uh, Frank Vogel would try to go with a smaller lineup instead of playing the only big man, the only capable big man that we have signed on a 10-day contract, more than 7 minutes. I felt like that was a mistake on his part. And when the kid was in the game, he was playing great defense. He had a block, and he was 2 for 2 from the field, playing great defense on screening roles, not letting the guards get an edge off of those pick and rolls, and getting back to his man. I saw all of that. He was doing everything that we would want from our big man defensively to be doing out there. Frank Vogel only gave him 7 minutes. The THT thing with the minutes is still an issue. You got Wesley Matthews who's looking like a head case out there every time he dribbles the basketball. I just drop my head in my hand every time Wesley Matthews has the ball in his hand because it's like a mistake waiting to happen. Um, 0 for 2 from the field and just I don't know. He's not doing anything out there, but yet he got 23 minutes and THT only got six. What was it? 19 minutes, and he had 16 points, 6 and 9 from the field in just those 19 minutes. And he was the sole reason why we even stayed in the game that second quarter because the Suns were trying to pull away from us. And THT scored like 12 straight points. He went ballistic. And, Frank Vogel just he went this long stretch without putting THT back in the game. He elected to go with Matthews instead. Other players who are still continue to struggle badly is KCP, Caruso to a certain extent on the offensive end, but we don't really expect any high scoring outputs from Caruso on a night to night basis. Anything he gives us is like a bonus, but he's just been not good enough on the offensive punch side. KCP is the more concerning one because we know what KCP is capable of scoring wise, but the fact that he's going this long after starting off the year so hot, and like I always tell y'all, you either gonna get an extremely cold KCP or you're gonna get an extremely hot KCP. How much longer do we have to suffer through the icy cold KCP before he snaps out of it again? I think he shot like 1 for 7 from the field. That's not gonna cut it. A starting shooting guard, that's not gonna cut it. LeBron is gonna need more help than that. No, LeBron was not completely absolved the blame from this game. Yes, you can look at the 38 points and say, "Oh, what else? What more can he do?" A lot of his points wasn't on time baskets. It wasn't like at the impact moments of the game where he could have seized control type of points. It was kind of like he knocked like I think he knocked down like three threes at the end of the game when it was pretty much already out of hand already. Um, we had a couple chances to make a couple of defensive stops and could have made it, gave the Suns a scare again. But we stole the ball one on one play. Morris tried to throw it up ahead to KCP, not realizing that KCP had already tripped and fell out of bounds. And Morris got the ball back, which was became a travel. You can't do that. Stuff like that, man. Um, I feel like the backbreaker play of this game was midway through the fourth quarter when um, the game was still what, a 6 point game, 7 point game, something like that. The Suns go down. We play great defense, and they shoot. We get them to shoot it, launch up an air ball. I think from the 3 point line, and I believe it was Miles Bridges that ran and dived out of bounds, grabbed the ball, grabbed the air ball, and slung it back in. And I think somebody, Sarge or somebody, chunked it up off the backboard for an easy layup. And I just felt like that was the game. It was like one of those back breaking plays where if we, who knows what could have happened if we secured that rebound instead of everybody just looking at the rebound go out of bounds. You know what I'm saying? They thinking the ball's going to go out of bounds instead of going to go get it or put a body on a man to make sure Miles Bridges can't make a miraculous play like that. Stuff like that was happening this whole game. Like I feel like we played good enough defense in uh, great stretches of the game, but we would either give up a second chance bucket, we wouldn't finish the playoff by securing a rebound, or we would do like a silly foul with like 2 seconds left in the shot clock or something like that. Silly stuff like that, that you just can't have. And we gave up way too many threes. I think it was like 16 threes they made. Too many. That was way too many. We got to tighten that up. We have to tighten that up going forward. Um, the Suns are a legit team, man. I can't take anything away from them. You can tell now that they are more than just Devin Booker. Because when they were dependent on heavily on Devin Booker, they were a losing team. But once they uh, added a couple of pieces, and then the guys started buying into Monty Williams' system. Monty Williams deserves honorable. I mean, he deserves some mentions for Coach of the Year for the job he's doing in Phoenix. And it's good to see a black man finally getting his just due and having success in the NBA because a lot of the black coaches in the NBA they're dealt bad hands. You can see what happened to the guy that took the Houston job. They just gave him they handed him a bad deck of cards and said, do something with it, and they're probably going to get rid of the guy. I feel sorry for him if something miraculous doesn't happen. But I just feel like stuff like that. I see stuff like that all the time. So with Monty Williams, it's a pleasant surprise. Not a surprise, but a pleasant sight to see that. Um, but they are more than Devin Booker this year, and Chris Paul too has a lot to do with that as well. Can't leave him out. Um, DeAndre Ayton, I feel like he's solid, but for the pick, I think he went number one, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like he should be doing more. He should be close to doing some Joel Embiid type stuff. If you're picked number one overall over Luka Doncic and I think Trey Young, um, but he's not bad. He's more than a solid center. I just expected a little like almost greatness from DeAndre Ayton. But even with that, they are still a solid team in the Western Conference, and a team that should be, the Lakers and the Clippers and the Jazz should be looking over their shoulder, having some concern about the fact that they were able to even still win this game when the game was still hanging in the balance and Devin Booker got ejected, sent to the showers early in the third quarter. Um, Miles Bridges, he plays good. They got Cameron Johnson. He's a good sniper. They have some good young talent over there. Although I felt like Bridges could use a little bit more class training there at the end going for a steal, stealing the ball from LeBron James when LeBron James was was clearly trying to dribble the ball out, and it was on like 10 seconds left. And what are you doing over there, still trying to steal the ball for? You're up 10, the game's over with. That was a little bit classless on his part, and the coaching staff or somebody needs to sit down and talk to him about proper basketball etiquette. We were clearly waving the white flag, giving y'all the game. I mean, it's over. What are you doing? But other than that, that's all I have for today, guys. I don't want to go on too far. It's not the end of the world. I felt like we played great for the most part. We just had a couple miscues there. Like, it's just some unfortunate plays that just kept us from coming back and taking this game by the horn. And we got to do better. We just got to do better. But that's all I have for today, guys. Thank y'all for watching. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Peace. Life in the fast lane, moving at the speed of life, and I can't slow down.